back to another YouTube Barber Academy live feed. So today, let's wait for some people to get up in the room, and I'll give you guys the breakdown on what we're going to talk about. And as you guys can see, I've done 2 shows now instead of at 8 o'clock. We moved it up a little bit earlier. I had a really good response last week, and I figured I'd test the waters a little bit earlier as well. So let's see how everything goes. See how everything goes smooth, and if people keep coming in, in a good amount, a lot of people were able to make it. Maybe this will become the new normal time. So let's see how things go, how things develop. So let's see how many people we got up in here. All right, let's open this up. Good to see you guys all. What's up? What's up, Jamal? What's up, Forever Changed? First clipper was I'm keeping up on the conversation over here. I see that you guys are talking about some detachable stuff, and you finally purchased a. He said I didn't want to buy the Octane, and yeah, the Octane's a great machine, but look, it doesn't really matter what detachable you use. As long as you have one, I think you're going to be miles ahead, because when you get right down to it, it's going to pay for itself. So, if you have one, even if you have to buy a corded one, John from the 614 Barber Supply, I was talking to him one of these times a while ago, and the way that he kind of explained it was pretty cool. He pretty much was saying that if you wanted to get a clipper, any clipper, it doesn't really matter what. A lot of the corded clippers are still great clippers. They're great options, but the way he spoke, he was like, if you want to get something fancy, like one of the cordless ones, because essentially that's what it is. It's a convenience. You're paying for that convenience, and if you want that, convenience, you're going to have to pay a little bit more. But the fact remains that if you get yourself a detachable, even if you have to plug it in, it's perfectly fine. All right, everybody's in the house today. We got 20, 30 people in here. Awesome. What's up, Timmy? What's up, Matthew? Alberto, Dominic, I see you up in here. Musa, what's good, man? He said he's working the night shift over here. That's okay. You can catch it later. Jay Beats and Waves. All right, man. It's good to see you guys. Germany in the house. All right. Mimo the Barber. What's good, man? Thank you for coming, and thank you for showing some support to the YouTube Barber Academy. Love it, man. Okay, so I'll be honest. This week was absolutely crazy. I was pulling my hair up trying to keep up with everything, and if anybody is currently on like lockdown or anything like that, or if any of you guys have your barbershops closed, let me know in the comments. I'm curious to know how that's going. I wanted to talk about a few things today, and we will be diving into phase 2 actually next week. I was going to have a guest this week, but due to my own fault, I didn't arrange one soon enough. I really should have got on this by Wednesday, but I didn't. So I promise you guys we're going to have some cool guests coming up, and I'll definitely be reaching out to more people and trying to get that going. But we'll be diving into phase 2 next week, and that'll be clipper over comb. So for now, I wanted to ask you guys, what are the biggest struggles that you're coming up against right now, as far as with clipper over comb, or maybe it's with something else. But whatever your biggest struggles are, please just leave them in the comments. And before we get started too, I also want to give a quick shout out to all my sponsors. Number one, Gamma, 614 Barber Supply, Bookedin for this way. Everything's backwards. Bam. Bookedin right here. Great appointment app. They're absolutely awesome. I love using the service. We're all using it. Everybody's cool. And then obviously Sheer Police. I'm wearing their shirt, but I guess I didn't put them on the screen today. You guys can feel free to send whatever you want to send to this email right here, and I'll definitely be critiquing you guys a little bit later into the show. So if you guys got some work, you're wondering how you're doing, you got any questions, whatever, you guys can send it right here to this email at masterprimetime@gmail. And of course, I'll be getting to your stuff a little bit later. So I want to know what your biggest struggle is right now. What are you coming up against that's very difficult? And while we get some comments going on that, I also wanted to spend a little bit of time talking about consultations and how important it is, especially as your skills start to develop. One of the main areas that you can make a easy mistake is consultations. So I'm going to let some of your questions fill up, and I will definitely get straight to them. So let's say that a client walks in and you want to make sure that you are completely on the same page as them. Anybody got any ideas about how we might do that? Because there's a lot of ways. We have a lot of technology right now. I think there's a lot of times that we don't use the technology to our advantage. But if you can get your client to show you a picture, that's definitely one of the easiest ways to go. That way we know when somebody says short, your short, my short. I mean, come on, look at my hair. You know, I'm wearing it short. But somebody might walk in and the way they feel short is maybe a little bit longer than what you think. What's up, Dwayne? What's up, FaZe by Morales? And what's up, Lewis? Good to see you guys. And that's kind of one of the reasons why I've been doing a little bit earlier too. Is I got a lot of people from the UK who follow me, and these poor guys were staying up like 2 in the morning, and they were battling through it all this time. So I'm experimenting with the earlier time, and let me know what you guys think about the show being a little bit earlier. So I'm going to give you guys a couple rock solid questions to ask though for your consultations, and this is important. Because once your skills are developed to a point where you're not making mistakes and it's not falling on you, the next skills set that you may need to develop is communication. So if for whatever reason you chose not to go the picture route and you want to just try to figure it out with your client, I'll give you guys just a handful of questions you can ask. One is, how long was it since your last haircut? Of course, we know hair grows a ½ inch per month. So if somebody tells you it's been 4 weeks or whatever, you know that it's fairly safe to assume about a ½ inch could come off. That gives you like a roundabout idea, but it isn't set in stone. My favorite question to ask anybody when I'm not sure about a consultation is what don't you like about your hair? Now, what don't you like about your hair is a pretty powerful statement, and the reason is you can answer that through so many different ways, and you can really help your clients. One is, okay, I don't like my hair; it's too thick. Okay, if your hair is too thick, I can definitely thin it out a little bit. I can definitely use the texturizing shears. I can add a lot more texture. If you say, man, I just can't seem to spike my hair up. It's just, it always falls back down. Okay, great. I can suggest a good gel, a good pomade, and I can fix that with the cut. For any women who might be out here watching, oh my God, my hair, I just don't get the volume that I want to get. Okay, great. Maybe I can fix that through some volume. I can put some layers in. And I can definitely add some root boost or something like that. So, there's just so many good things you can do with that question. And it's usually a great avenue to open up an opportunity for you to A, sell them products, or B, make sure that you give them a haircut that's going to help solve that problem, what they don't like about their hair. There's always something. Everybody's there for a reason. You are there to save them from any troubles that they might have in the future. You're there to help them so that they can get it done. And the next couple questions that you can ask to just really identify what they want. You might want to ask them about their edges. How do they like their sideburns? How do they like their neckline? Do they like it tapered? Do they like it to show still? Do they like it gone? These are just some really good rock solid things because once you cut it off, you really can't do much to go back. And, let's just try our best to communicate, use pictures, and use the technology to your advantage. There's a couple more questions. I could talk all night about the thing about consultations, but I'm not going to. We're just going to talk about the other stuff. But, okay, let's see what we got here. Let's see. I'm going to go through some of your questions now. All right. There's actually a lot of questions here. I'm sliding back up to the top. Thank you, Lens. You're such a king, Eddie. I appreciate that. Steve, thank you so much, man. How's it going, dude? My main problem is getting rid of those thick lines, and I keep pushing it up. Okay, Oswaldo, one of the things that you can try to do is try to follow your step work, try to stay within the confines of your step, and make sure that every step is completely done before you move on. And what I'm telling you guys always to do is I like to set a guideline in, let's say with the taper in the open position. Let me grab my clippers here. All right, so if I set a guideline in my taper's in the open position, right? And let's say that my guide is between here and here. Not to flip you guys the bird, sorry. So in between here and here is my guide, right? All right, so I know that if I'm working within the confines of my guide, I know that when I begin stepping this down, I need to stay just underneath I went with that guide. Click it, stay a little bit lower, moving it back and forth. Click it, stay a little bit lower. Now, if you begin with the start up and kind of fade down process, you're definitely going to not be pushing it up too high. You might still struggle with the fade, and at times you will have to bring it a little bit higher just to get it perfect. Because even if you follow every step, even if you do everything I say, even if you understand the process thoroughly, hair is going to throw problems your way. You're going to have growth patterns. You're going to have areas of high density and low density. That's the amount of hair per square inch. That's going to cause your fade to not look right, even though you may have performed the steps correctly. My problem is blending the 2 into the 1 and then 1 into the 0.5. I think that we can answer that. Just Matthew, that's Matthew Gallagher. I would tell you just go ahead and make sure that you're working your step work. And most of the time when you're having an issue from 2 to 1 or 1 to the half, there's a pretty good chance that you're not finishing each step all the way, and you're probably moving on. And if you move on too far, you're going to get lost. And if you do get lost, we can do some fade trapping. We talked about that before, but we'll trap our blend. Say, okay, I got completely lost. So let's take a larger clipper guard, put it on there, 1.5 open, go up till you hear some noise, right? I hear some noise. Okay, I know for a fact that up here is a 1 1/2 open, right? Now we trap our fade in between our next known length. So let's say it's open taper and 1 1/2. Okay, cool. We start working our way down and we trap our fade in between those two parts, and we're set. How far to tilt the comb? Manny, the bathroom barber, man. You changed your name to the bathroom barber, man. I know. He's Wicked Blends, man. Thank you so much for showing up and all the support you give me. I really do appreciate it. How far to tilt the comb? We're going to definitely be getting into that next week. And the main thing is he's probably talking about clipper over comb or trimmer over comb. But we wanna just make sure that we're not tipping the comb inward. How would I show it better? Yeah, we want to make sure that we're not tipping the comb inward when we cut. So if I'm coming with this clipper and I tip it inward, there's a pretty good chance that my teeth can hang off the edge. I could actually nick them, cut them a little bit too close. And so generally speaking, we want it fairly flat or rolling out towards you. So I actually have a couple techniques we can practice with that. All right, so let's see here. Let me go down to the current questions. Okay. There was too many, and now we're going. Chad, my man's in the house. What's up, buddy? All right, so he's loving these early lives. Thank you guys so much for the love. I really do appreciate it. And I didn't see many people asking or answering the question I had about, you know, if you guys like this time frame, do you guys feel like this time frame works better for you? Because personally, for me, it really doesn't matter. I'm kind of here for you. I can do this a little bit later. I can do this. This is probably about the earliest I can do it because I leave my shop at 3, and then I run home. I usually take a 10-minute nap, and then I'm like ready to go again. So I can do this at 5, and to be honest, it works out nice for me too because then I got Saturday night, and I can go and do things with my family and stuff like that. So I definitely don't mind doing it this early. It's actually a lot of fun for me to do it early. And last week, man, we had some big dogs in here. We had S-Craft Blends, we had MMA, and we had Barber in the house. All 3 of them, man. So all those channels are great. And if you guys are still learning, just go ahead and subscribe to those 3. Do yourself a favor. You're going to love it. I would like to take a second to just mention this new Gamma this new Gamma Ergo that they just sent me. They sent me this one a few weeks ago, maybe like a week ago or something like that. And this one says turbocharged on it. It's like the nicest and newest one that they have. It's absolutely incredible. I didn't think it could get much better from my previous one, but this one just slays the hair. I can cut all day with it. And it really, really reminds me of the way the fast feed cuts because it's not so OP that it just annihilates hair. It gives you opportunities to make mistakes. So if you travel with this clipper into some of those lengths that you're not sure if you're going to create another line, there's a pretty good chance if you're moving quick enough, this clipper is very, very forgiving. And Basio and S-Craft Blends talked about it, and they were talking about like saying how good it was for detail work. And they both gave it some pretty good they gave them some pretty good feedback on it. But I think that Basio really hit it right on the head when he said they're really good for detail work, and I think that's probably part of the reason why. I always felt that way about the fast feeds, and I actually had a pair sitting around here somewhere, but I always felt that way about the fast feeds, that they were really a forgiving clipper, and it allowed you to go. And yeah, I seen Ant broke his already, but the good news is they give you 3 cases. They not only do they give you 3 cases, they give you like different windows and different cases. So even if you were to break it, you dropped it, or something like that happened, I haven't had any issues, and I haven't dropped them though. On the other hand, I was asking this earlier this week. I had Chad in the shop, and I told him to throw his clipper around so that I could film like a cool shot. And you know, he got a little wild. He threw it, and it didn't go well. He broke it. We were trying to be cool, and we broke it. All right. Let's see here. With all this extra cleaning, is it bad to rinse or wash off your shears with shampoo? Ruin them? Sorry if this is a dumb question. I wouldn't say it's bad. I don't really think you're doing a whole lot of good washing them with shampoo, as it's not a bloodborne pathogen remover. I would definitely stick to one of the clipper side sprays and a 7-in-1. Or if you really wanted to clean it, if you were concerned that it came in contact with something really dirty, just put it in the barber side for a minute, then wipe it off and oil it right away. Those are better and more effective ways to clean it. The one-on-one lesson. Oh, James Bull, what's up, man? I remember you, buddy. How are you, buddy? What's good? I've been putting in work at my home station since the one-on-one lesson. I would say the timing is my biggest obstacle at the moment. Absolutely, that's what when most people start to understand it, because I remember that you had a pretty good understanding of how things were working, and you seemed to really, you had a good maturity about it, and you understood, and you're at a point with it where you just need to do more. You know, you just need to do it and be involved in it more and practice more and struggle more. Oh, we got a little. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. He said, pair character jumping up and down saying number one fan. That's great, man. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your support, Jamal. That's just awesome. So, yeah, what I was going to say, though, is you know, the timing, it's just going to take you time and practice. Because once you've watched all the tutorials, you've listened to me jabber on endlessly, you've watched a lot of other stuff, it just comes to a point where you just got to put in the work. Because like I was saying earlier, hair just throws you a lot of challenges. It twists and it turns and it's thick and it's thin, and anything that you do can cause problems. I had a kid, and I'll tell you, one type of hair that can be really, really challenging to cut is straight hair, fine hair, or even hair that doesn't have a high density. Sometimes like the littlest mistakes can really show up, and I have a few clients that are just a nightmare with that. Actually, one of them is one of my barbers, Sonny, man. His hair is a bastard. To cut it perfectly, it causes me to have to overwork, and then finally I get it just right. But it's just one of those hairs, and I've done him live a few times, which is a little bit bananas because most people don't want to show you like the easy stuff, but it's a tough one. It's a tough one. Man, you've been getting in 5 cuts a day since that's awesome, dude. That's awesome, man. I'm glad to hear it, man, and I'm glad to hear the one-on-one lesson helped. And I've actually had a lot of people lately been asking about the one-on-one lessons, and I've literally been so busy I haven't even been able to do many of them. And I'm sorry if I didn't get back to some of you guys. I do still love you. I still appreciate everything. I want to definitely do that for you. So what we could probably try to get some of these scheduled up possibly for Wednesday. If anybody's interested, I already have 2 scheduled for Wednesday. I could probably do an extra. I'd be happy with that. If you're interested, just email the email and I'll get back to you. Do you believe it's possible to learn just by watching videos? Oh, I gotta pick up my bloody wife. Steve, I didn't mean to put yours in there. I was trying to get Oswaldo here. Do you believe it's possible to learn just by watching videos? Yes and no. I think that if you are going to attempt to cut hair, you need to have a basis and you need to have like a general understanding of how it's working. So yeah, I think you can get really good from learning online, but there does come a point where there's no substitute for the reps. And I've actually seen people learn really fast if they really wanted it, man. I mean, I had a couple students. One of them was a student. His name was Felipe. He came in. He was pretty good to start with, but that kid put in some reps. He put in some work, and he just was like really, really executing beautiful fades in a short amount of time. I think it took him about a year to really get it. And I would ask him, how did you learn this so fast? Because it is uncommon. Most people take a couple years, and here he had really went from, just learning in a span of a year and just really figuring out. And his fades were they were cold as ice. They were good. So just at a certain point, you got to get the reps in. He said he fades by Morales I'm sure there's a few people in here who can verify and say that, yeah, they were able to get a significant amount of learning done while watching videos. So that's, definitely one of the things. And you'll always pick up some good. What's up, Isabella? You'll always pick up some good tips online, and even I do too. Like I've been watching. I watch S-Craft a lot, and I watch a couple other like Barber. I watch and once in a while they'll say something, and I will be like, yeah, that does make sense. And I remember it was Barber who kind of pointed out it's a good idea to cut the top first. And the more I thought about it, whether you choose to cut the top first or you don't, can you come up with a good idea? Yeah, you can still come up with a great haircut, but the way that he put it was pretty simple. It was like, if I cut the top first, then when I do my blend, I kind of know where I'm going into. If I choose to do the blend first, and then I don't really know where I'm going into, then it just makes it that much harder. Thank you so much, Anthony. Hit that DJ horn. Really appreciate you, buddy. Thank you guys so much. All this stuff is definitely so helpful to help the channel grow. It is a lot of work. Actually, this is like my 19th show. It's hard to believe. Like, has it really been 19 weeks, or have I really went 19 episodes of this? So it's hard to keep up with all this, man. And any little bit of help that I get is definitely helpful. Dominic, sorry, buddy. I seen your comment a few times here. He actually left me a question recently, and he said he was asking how to get more subscribers. He has a YouTube channel, and this gentleman here is only 13 years old, and he's going the way of the barber. So it's pretty cool to see someone so young interested in that. And I'm always interested in helping people that are starting out at a young age, because look, there's a good chance that if he does start out at this age, he'll never have to work like a regular job, and he can probably own his own shop by the time he's 20 if he's mature enough, and if he puts in the work and he gains the clients, because this is the type of business that people can't take away from you. They can fire you. You might have to leave a shop or two. You might not have everything go right, but listen, man, if you got clients, you can punch your ticket anywhere in the city. It doesn't matter. You go to a shop and you're like, yo, I just need a place to park it. I got everything I need. I don't need nothing from this shop. I just want to park it right here and cut hair here. Any one of these owners would be stupid not to hire you, because you'd make them a fortune. Okay. Dominic just asked, how do I cut a number 1 to a 2? And it would be fairly simple. We'd start with the 2 on top, and we begin with the 1 open underneath. So if I was to shave my whole head with a number 2, and I wanted to do a number 1 on the back and sides, all I would do is put my number 1 guard afterwards, or if I had a wall, 1 1/2 guard, open it, and I could go right below where I went with that 2. That's not going to make a line. Close it, go right below where I went with that 1 1/2 open, take that 1 1/2 off, put a 1 guard on, repeat the process. Open, and then close just underneath it. And it'll take you a little bit of practice, but believe me, you'll be able to get it. It keeps going. So, all right, let's see here. The Barber Directory guy said something in one of his videos that I've never heard from anyone else. I'm curious. Let's. What did he say? Fades. Now I was looking at this like it was a question, but now Now I'm curious what he was saying. So, that's pretty much the thing here with this business is if you continue to build your clients, you're going to it's going to be hard. It's not easy. Anything that is easy, it's easy come, easy go. But I'll tell you, if you continue to build your clients, there's nothing that you won't be able to accomplish. He said that when you are one open, then close it halfway and close it all the way, and then use the half guard, only half open the close half guard. I feel all right. I got something for that. Let me show you some, let me show you guys something here. This is just I was reading that and let me think here. Where is it?
Have you ever had a dream that you had you could you do you want you could do so you do you want him to do you so much you could do anything?
I'm sorry, man. I had to do it. I had to do it. No, I'm not sure. I'm not sure 100% what I was gonna say to that, but it's kind of complicated to try to discuss that over. Now, I love the ergo, Kristen. I love the ergo. After using this ergo for a while, I won't use nothing else. I'm not interested in what's coming out. I mean, all right. Let me ask you guys this: if you had a clipper that lasted for more than 10 cuts easily, was very forgiving when it came to the blend, was just able to perform and not snag and just do it, like, what more could I want? It's perfectly fits my hand. It's just one of those things that this is kind of like the caliber. It's a lot like the caliber, but there's definitely something to be said about the ergonomics, and I feel like this performs better than the caliber. And if you guys were just on the fence between the two, I would probably pick this up. I couldn't make the decision for you, but this certainly fits my hand, fits my eye, my style. The fact that I could change these heads is kind of cool because from time to time I get sick of cutting with the same stuff too. Like I'm kind of like really willing to change and try new stuff, and it's just that kind of thing. It makes me want to come to work. Like when I do things that are different, it makes me want to come to work. All right, let's see here. J Beats and Waves. When I make the guideline with the one open, I get down to the half. Do I start to use more of the corners? Absolutely, absolutely. The moment you pick up that half guard, the half guard is like the money guard. It could go either way, and the moment you pick it up, open it up all the way, and try just touching the corners, and try to use the crisscross that I talk about a lot. So anytime that I'm not sure, use that crisscross and make it happen. Little by little, you'll chip away at the line. Man, my mouse keeps disconnecting here. I wonder why this is. But let's see if plugging it in. Maybe plugging it in helps. It could be dead. It's been a long time. I feel like it's easier to let's see here. What do we got here? Eddie, I just did a blunt cut while watching your vids. Will I do a longer one in depth? I have problems with the partings and how much hair to pick up. Actually, Jamal, I don't know if you noticed, but I actually have a few different blunt cuts. I think I've done like 2 or 3, and one of them, I think I did go a little bit more in depth, but I could definitely retouch on that. I've been actually wanting to buy a mannequin because I feel like if I get a mannequin, I could probably almost like stand here and I think it would be easier for me to help show you guys some stuff with a mannequin. So I think I'll get another one. And if I do get a mannequin, we're gonna have to go through some of the longer haircuts. And there's so many barbers out there who are afraid to do long hair. The long hair walks through the door, and everybody's all of a sudden busy. People got stuff to clean. There's something that needs attending to in the back room. But I'll tell you, if you can be versatile, if you can learn it, if you can be patient and take the time, you will be rewarded. I mean, I do plenty of women who come in the shop I'll take a flat top, skin fade, a bob, a graduated, a long layer. It doesn't matter to me. I feel like it just makes you well-rounded if you learn how to do these things, and you will just not, um, you just won't confine yourself to anything. So, all right, mouse, come on. What are we doing here? Got even worse when I plugged it in. I wonder if it's got something to do with this Bluetooth or something. But yeah, so let's see here. He said when you set your guidelines in with the one open. No, definitely, yeah. He said when you set your guideline in with the one open, don't just jump to the one close. Yeah, oh yeah. And I wouldn't say, also Morales, I wouldn't say to jump, to jump straight to a half close. Like just because you set it in with the one open, that doesn't mean you're gonna go straight to close. That almost something you should never do. There's a reason why we got these clicks on a lot of these newer clippers, and that's because you should go through the progression. So yeah, I know I'm gonna be probably okay at that length to jump a little bit bigger, but it's not worth it. It's not worth it. So start with it open, click it, stay a little bit lower, click it, stay a little bit lower, click it, stay a little bit lower, and you're gonna be perfect. Just follow each click. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you go through them, and you're not gonna have a big problem like that. Let's see here. Huh. Says it's connected and charging. Yeah, hopefully this stops. Oh, my man Steve is back. Good. How many ergos do I have? I got a bunch of ergos. I think I got three ergos, and actually they reached out to me a couple days ago and told me they're gonna send like the newest version of the Absolute Hitter, and it couldn't come at a better time because honestly I told you guys how good the Gold FX is, and I still stand behind the Gold FX. I think it's a great machine, but I can't. They're not hitting. They're not hitting anymore. My Gold FX is hitting like crap, and I've actually been using my Absolute Hitter a lot more. And I'm actually a little disappointed in my Gold FX because it was like the greatest thing since sliced bread. But you know, it's just one of those things that I guess over time it got loud and it's just not hitting as well as it did in the beginning. I actually thought about buying another one, but I think I'm gonna hold off till my new Absolute hitter gets here because I really have every confidence, man. Every time they told me they were going to make things better. See, I got a lot of the Gamma prototypes. I was fortunate enough to get the prototypes, and every time they said they were going to make something better, they definitely did, and they definitely went above and beyond with it. Blades and guards do I use with the Ergo? I prefer my wall color guards. It really, if I'm being honest, I never gave the Gamma blades, I never gave the Gamma guards a chance, and I've since experimented. I put the wall wedge blade on here. I did the STD blade on here. I did the stagger tooth. I put the 1006 blade on here, and then they sent me a bunch of new blades that they felt were an improvement, and that's the one that actually comes on the newest model yet. So when I had the prototypes, I kept getting different blades and trying different things. I was trying to help them kind of figure it out and help us try to figure out what is the best scenario with these. And I really feel like the blade that they send on the newest one, it seems to perform better than anything else that I tried. I mean, I had some pretty good success with the STD blade. So if you guys get a pair of these and you break them and you need to replace the bottom blade, hopefully you don't break your top blade because you need this top blade. But if you break your bottom blade, there's a pretty good chance you can get yourself an STD blade and they work great. This is definitely my favorite cordless clipper by far. There's nothing even close. So let's see here. I don't know. I'm sure they might send me the alphas. They haven't said anything yet, but yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to trying those. I think they look really, really cool. I think it would be neat to have those. But Babyliss, I know. Jamal, listen. Jamal, I did say Babyliss is crap. I stand by that. I stand by my original assumption of Babyliss, but I've never ever had a good product from Babyliss. I've never had anything last very long from Babyliss. but this is how truthful I am. I had to I had to bring myself to the YouTube channel after I just got done bashing them for years, mind you. I've had a feud with them, and I finally say, you know what? The Gold FX is a good product. And if I came on here and I told you guys it was bad, it wouldn't be right. It wouldn't be right. I have to tell you the truth. So if I get something and it's good, I got to tell you the truth. If I get something and it's bad, I got to tell you the truth. Um, Ray Rhea, he said my gamma foil seems to pull some. I'll be honest. I don't mess with the gamma foil. I don't mess with the wall foil. I don't mess with the Andis foil. I only really mess with the Braun Series 9. And if you guys haven't checked out my recent video on the electric shaver and how to use it, please do. It's like a 6-minute video. It's pretty quick. It'll tell you everything you might need to know if you're struggling with how to use your electric shaver. That should definitely help. The new JRLs look dope. I'll be honest, they look dope. I would love to try them, but I don't know if I'll wind up getting them. Sacramento Cali in the house. What's up, Linda V? Thank you for joining us. Now I know that a lot of you guys in Cali are shut down again, and I know how frustrating it could be. See, like we have a bar right next to my shop. My shop is situated right next to this bar, and I look outside. It's not a very big patio. There was like over 100 people out there partying last night when I was taking the garbage out. And I started to think like, how could they possibly take this out on barbershops? How could they think that it's our fault? We're coming in. We got good distance from the clients. We are wearing masks, wearing gloves, doing everything we can to protect ourselves and our clients. And it just seems like, people who are partying and carrying on like that are definitely probably spreading this more than people who are just trying to go to work and make money for their families. So I really hope you guys can get back to work. I'm not a big fan of these shutdowns and the stopping of business. It just drives me nuts. My biggest inspiration in the barbering world, I really don't like I can't say that there was anything like there was any particular person that I watched that I was like, man, I wanna do that, I wanna do this. But I felt inspired by so many people though. Like and lately I was really inspired by that last video that we did with S-Craft. I was looking at his work and stuff, and it's so good. It is so good, and he puts a lot of work and a lot of time into every one of these haircuts. And I wish that I sometimes wish that I had the time to spend with these clients, because I want to do more work like that. And literally leaving that conversation, my work is definitely elevated just because I wanted to do that. I know that I'm capable of it, but I'm trying to do these in 25 minutes, and it's so hard to do a perfect fade and then do the enhancements and then just make sure everything is right. And the beard, it's so hard to do it all fast. Kristen the Barber, I was just talking about that. I prefer the wall color guards. I never really gave the ones that Gamma had. And I definitely would say I'm inspired by Basio too, because this dude is taking things to another height. Yeah, he really has. I mean, he's cut on the biggest stages in the world. He's been with the biggest people in the game, and I feel like he's always giving everybody the real talk, man. So I definitely look up to these guys. These guys are setting the trend and showing with what's possible. Also, like people like Vic Blends, that kid is dope. Like he was pretty inspirational too. I love the way he talks. He's very passionate about the game, but most of all, I love the fact that he didn't have no license, and he trained himself, and he was so clearly so dedicated to learning that in less than like 2 years of doing this, he was able to like take the industry by storm. I think that was pretty inspirational too. Just seeing people like that and seeing that success that they can have in that short amount of time. And believe me, it wasn't easy for him to learn how to do all that. It wasn't easy, especially, for him to just go in only 2 years, learn how to just do everything and really, crush it. So got a lot of respect for that kid. I would love someday to have him on the channel. I think it would just be so cool. Because, like I said, he's just an inspirational dude, period. And just the way that he feels about it, the way that he talks. OG Walker's another one who I feel is pretty cool, real inspirational. That's the coolest, you know. That's the coolest. So that's what I'm saying. Like I wouldn't say there's any one person in particular who I would say I felt super inspired by, but I would have been if I would have been learning back when that was available. See, I started doing this in 2003, and there wasn't a whole lot of things that I could turn to at that time. YouTube wasn't flooded with barber videos. I didn't even really know of other successful people other than the people I seen at the shows. So, you know, going to the shows and stuff is definitely where it's at, and I can't wait till things are like safe and we could go to the show again. Like I woke up this morning thinking about that, like how bad I just wanted to go and network and talk with people I don't know. And I miss the fact that we're going to miss the Orlando show this year. It's something I really, really look forward to. And, you know, if anything, I think this whole situation has kind of taught me that we took a lot for granted. I personally took a lot for granted. Just being able to go to cool little events and stuff and feeling like I can't anymore. You know, I feel like I just took a lot for granted. And God willing, when these things are all over and clear up, I definitely want to start living my life in a different way. I just want to be more outgoing. I want to go to more places and network more and talk to more people. That's definitely a promise, and I definitely want to share that with you guys as I do it. Man, I can't believe I've been over here rambling for I've been rambling for like another 10 minutes. I'm going to get to some of your guys' emails. So if you guys have an email, for only one clipper, would you recommend the ergo, whereas it is a magnetic, or do you struggle more with a rotary motor for bulk? If I only had one clipper, the ergo could definitely do it all and probably last you longer than most of the other clippers. I'm just talking about like battery life. But then again, Tomb 45 just released that eco battery, and that sounds pretty cool. So maybe if you had a magic clip with an eco battery, you'd probably have like a little bit of a stronger clipper, and it would last you a little bit longer. But I can't speak for it 100% if it would or not. But yeah, you know, you're probably gonna need more than one clipper most of the time. The one thing that's funny is there's so many barbers, and I know some of it has to do with sponsorships. Like I get it, you know, but there's so many barbers who will use like 10 clippers for one haircut. And maybe I'm wrong about this, but like I don't feel the need to do that. Like I feel like I can do anything with one clipper, and it doesn't have to be the ergo. I mean, it's the Indian, not the or how do they say that? it's the Indian, not the arrow. You know, I don't feel like any clipper. If you put any clipper in my hands, I feel like I could perform a pretty good haircut. And if anything was learned from watching all the Walmart challenges, I remember Basio, he did the same thing. He did a Walmart challenge and he freaking killed it. They did the no guard challenge and they killed it. So if the machine really mattered 100%, it might help you a little bit. But at the end of the day, it's your skills, your practice, and your knowledge that's going to get you good at this. It's kind of like I would say to some people too. Good tools help, but like I like to play golf a lot. It's like one of my favorite sports, even though I haven't played in a year. But if I went and got the same clubs that Tiger Woods has, I'm not going to be Tiger Woods, you know. I'm not going to do much better. I just, yeah, it's the wizard. That's a better, I like that. It's the wizard, not the wand. That's what I'm talking about. It's the wizard, not the wand. So, you know, that's what I'm saying is, you know, at the end of the day, these tools are fun. They make me want to come to work. They get me excited to cut hair. And that's the important thing. But then once in a while, you know, you get a clipper and got him. I had to do it. So once in a while you get a clipper and that's how you feel, and it makes you happy and it makes you want to go to work. All right, let's get to some of these emails here. And let's see what we got going on here. Hopefully my email opens. It just opened and crashed. There we go. All right. So let's see here. We go to the right email address. Bing. Oh, geez, you guys got a bunch of them up in here. All right, let's start from let's start with Dominic. Dominic is asking Eddie, how can I get a lot more subscribers? And I would say, Dominic, you definitely just need to take the time, man. When people start to see, and plus you gotta realize you're young. So if I were you, Dominic, I would say try to come from a place of learning, try to come from a place of growth, try to tell your people who are watching you that, look, I'm young, I'm trying to learn this. If there's any advice that you guys could give me, put it in the comments. And these people will want to watch your channel. They'll want to keep up with you, and they'll want to help you, so they'll engage with you in the comments. If you are trying to teach them at a young age, it's going to be difficult for them to take it serious because you're young. So I would say just try to come from a place of I'm trying to learn, I want to grow. Any help that you guys can give me would be appreciated. And you might be surprised who winds up shouting you out or whatever. But anybody who clicks on who clicks on Dominic's name right here, you guys can subscribe to him. He's 13. He's going the way of YouTube. He's already got like 50 or 60 subscribers. So, hey man, that's better than a lot of people do off the rip. Okay, Jamal Key. Now what's cool about this is Jamal's been sending me pictures of this haircut. And I wish I had one of the older ones. I probably could find it, but I got a million emails since then. But he's been sending me pictures of this haircut for a while. Well, this client. And I've actually been able to see the development because we've been doing this for long enough. So where we're at here is this is starting to look really good, Jamal. The one on the left, I don't have anything to say about that. That looks really clean. You got him down to bald. I don't really see anything that I could say, well, hey, we could fix this or we could fix that. I think that looks pretty good. Now, this one here on the right, I didn't mean to turn that one off. Let me put this one back up. All right, this one here, above his ear, there's just that slight line there. Like, that's just where my eye goes. But everything else looks so perfect. And it looks like if you would have taken a trimmer, in an upward direction and just busting into that little line with the corner, or you could have used the raking technique. If you don't have the trimmer, you can rake. And to rake, it depends. If you have it fully zero gapped, you don't want to rake with it fully closed. I would rake with one click open. And raking just means that we're coming against it upside down and we're moving up and backwards. So that would be raking. And you can usually squeak out just a little bit closer to the scalp with that technique. But again, be careful because when you put the moving blade on people's skin, it can very easily irritate them. So other than that, I think you're doing really well with it. Let's look at the front view real quick. All right. And I know that there's going to be people out there who are going to say the edge is slightly crooked. I don't actually think it is. If you notice, the client is tipping his head slightly to the left. So I would actually say that there's a pretty good chance that this edge is actually straight. Taking pictures of edge ups is difficult too because the camera can be twisted or turned a little bit also. So I think your edge up's pretty solid, man, and I would definitely give you some props for that. Ed, do you use the Andis Premium guards for the Andis Masters? No, I use the double magnetic. That's my favorite. Fresh Fades, love your channel. It's been amazing cutting for years, and it's crazy how much you can learn and improve by trying different techniques. It's true, man. It's true. I like your logo too, man. I think that looks pretty dope. Nice. He said he was drunk too. He looked like he was having a good time. He looks like he was having a good time. All right, Adam. All right, let's see. This is Adam Soto cutting his brother's hair. And I'll tell you right now, I could take one look at this hair, and I know it's going to be hard. I know exactly what you're dealing with this type of hair. It's very fine, and it's a low density. In fact, I wish I could zoom this in a little bit further and show you guys these little spots that are missing is simply just hair that's not there. It's got nothing to do with what Adam did or anything like that. It's just difficult. So I would tell you guys to just make sure, just make sure that you follow your step work. There's definitely a little bit of weight here above the ear. That's like 99% of my critiques when I see things that are wrong. Most of the time, it's in that area above the ear, and I think you could have done a lot of good with some texturizing shears on this. J Beast, I'm gonna get to him. Dominic says, "What do I do if I don't have a half guard or a 1 1/2 guard?" You can actually buy a 1 1/2 guard with your half guard. They come in a package for like less than $3. Actually, next time you come in the shop, I'll just give you one. So you can get them for really cheap. That would be my suggestion. Definitely get one. A lot of people ask me that question actually, and my answer is, if you're going to take the time to learn it and you're going to get into it a little bit, don't be afraid to buy at least the bare minimum of what you need. Don't cut yourself short. Okay, no pun intended. Cut yourself short. Okay, speaking of cut myself, I haven't been cutting myself too much, but I cut my finger today with my shears because I was ribbing on some kid because he had a hickey on his neck. He had a hickey on his neck, and I was like, "Yo, is that still a thing?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, it's still a thing." But he was like, "It's a birthmark," and I was like, "Are you serious?" He's like, "Yeah, I got one on my wrist too." And I was like, "Is she your wrist too?" That's it. That was so stupid. Okay, on this right side, Adam, on this right side, I think it's hard to pick up a lot from this. But again, I'm gonna just tell you to follow your step work. It looks like towards the parietal ridge up here, probably could have went with a 2 open, 2 closed, then 1 1/2 open, 1 1/2 closed, and I think you would have softened that area a little bit. But on the whole, not a bad cut, man. Not a bad cut. And like I said, it's a difficult hair to deal with. Okay, let's see. Like now, this is also Adam Soto. He sent this one too. So let's slide this one over. Now I can tell you right now, this is a really nice blend. This is good. I like it. I like what's going on in the taper area. I think that's smooth. I wouldn't complain about this at all. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. When you have a little bit easier hair to deal with, I feel like, Adam, I feel like you're getting it. You've sent me your work a few times now, and I feel like you're getting it. And okay, James, yeah, we can definitely I'll definitely email you a little bit later. I'll email you a little bit later. I'm reading your email now. We can do it. We can do another one. Yeah, that's definitely, yeah, I hear you, man. Okay, sent to Instagram. Let's see how I can do this. Okay, I'm gonna go to James. Okay, it's Jay Blends. I got you. I'm gonna screen share with you guys here in a second. We'll check out his IG for a second here. All right, so here's I think it's good. You guys can still hear me, right? Everything's cool. Okay, yeah. So Jay Blends. Here's some of his recent work. Man, he's got a really cool looking page. You got a lot of cool flash and stuff. You did this one too? That looks good. You're doing pretty good with it, man. Let me find one that I could critique here, because it's kind of hard to see them though. They're a little bit small. Maybe if I click on this. All right, cool. Man, you're putting in some work over here. You're definitely putting in some work. Let me see here what else we got. Got this long haired kid, took him short. Your lineups look pretty clean. The blending looks pretty clean. Let me find one that's a little bit bigger that I can actually see. This is really creative the way you put this together, man. You're gonna have to tell me what the heck you're doing over here to put these together. That looks cool, man. I like your page. I think it looks super, super professional. And anybody who was like looking for a haircut, if they found this, that would be cool. And this cut's pretty interesting, man. Definitely pretty interesting. What they call it, the God fade, something like that. But it looks good, man. It looks good. You're doing good work, buddy. You're doing good work, and I don't think it'll be long before you feel pretty confident and you're just knocking it out of the park, man. All right. Manny sent me a question. He said it seems like it's easier to blend with the Magic Clips versus the Ergo due to the stagger tooth on the wall. Also, I think he's asking that. And also, when a client asks for, say, a 3 on top, do you go with it open or closed? Always closed. I'll always do that closed because the clipper's going to cut better with the 3 on top. I'm finding the Ergo is extremely easy to use, extremely easy to blend with. I prefer them over the Magic Clip. But again, man, the Magic Clip are a fantastic blending clipper. I absolutely love them. Okay, this is Ermex B. Ermex B. This week's haircut tried to low fade this time. This is Edver from Arizona. Okay. I like what you did in the back here. I think that looks really clean. It can be tricky to make them look like this, and this is like, I love to see this. This almost looks like the way a light would be gradient on somebody's scalp. That's how I like my blends to look. Like when I look and I don't really see, if my eye isn't drawn to anything immediately other than a clear scar that this guy's got probably when he was a kid or something. But you know, the only critique I'd really have is at the very bottom left of the neck. The camera don't miss much, man, and it can be really challenging to get a good picture too. It just looks like there's just a tiny bit of cleanup, maybe a quarter second worth of work, and it would have been nothing I could have complained about. Let's check out the front view. All right, I think this is the same haircut, right? Might be. Yeah, it looks like it's the same haircut. So, all right, yeah. On the front view, I would say don't be afraid to knock off a little bit more of that hard part side. If you've made the decision to take the hard part all the way up to the line, then definitely blend that out just a little bit more. And I would probably leave the length in the front a little bit longer so that he could comb that over, so that you don't wind up doing like a half edge up with the bangs and then cutting the bangs also. So make a decision whether you want to leave the hair long, comb it over, and then edge up what sticks out, or, you know, cut the hair short and then edge it up. But try not to do both. But other than that, not too bad. And then your blending is good though, man. Your blending is good. It's just a handful of the little stuff. Now on the opposite side, I would call this the hard side, or the more difficult side to blend of a hard part, and then the easier side right here. So I got both these two. On the easy side, I'd say you did pretty great. I like what I see. The hard side, there's just a little bit of weight there. I think a one open, one closed, half open, half closed, you would have really smoothed out the gradient a little bit. But then again, you know, the blend looks clean. It's just you know, it looks a little weighty on that side compared to the left side. So all in all, good cut, man. Keep cranking away at it. You'll get better at this for sure. Okay, we got J Beast. J Beast, man, I'm liking it. I'm liking the cut. Looks pretty smooth. This hair can be challenging too. I know it. I deal with it a lot, and you know, sometimes you make one wrong move and you're bringing the whole thing up a little bit higher. You definitely don't want to do that. I like the smooth gradient that you got going on. If I was to nitpick you just a little bit, I would just say in the front edge up, maybe try to square that off a little bit more. But all in all, a great cut, man. A great cut. And there wasn't a lot more that I can go on. The way that you cut the top of that hair, I'm going to have to talk about that one of these days. All right, we're going to do two more. Then the show is over. An hour flew by, and I love you all, and I really appreciate you guys for stopping in. So I'm just going to do these next two people that haven't been that haven't sent anything yet. So we got Paul Gomez. I'm not a licensed barber. But I help my family and friends, and I do self cuts as well. I gotta say, this is kind of cool, man, because he isn't trying to do too much. He isn't trying to get into a beef with a blend that's going to be like tough, and he sent 3 pictures that really kind of show the whole story. I think this is really good, man, for somebody who's not a barber, not doing it professional. I'm pretty impressed with this, dude. You might have a future in this and not even realize it. There's and what reason do you have? What reason do you have for not being a barber? That would be the question I would ask. Because if you it seems like you have the makings of a pretty good barber here, and you're getting a little bit of practice in and stuff like that. And yeah, if you want to, if you wanted to pursue it, I think you could. I think you could, man. Nice job. Oh, it's a Paulie G. Paulie G? That was you? Right on, man. Yeah, I think that you got a future there, man. You should give it a try. I know I said I was only gonna do two more critiques, but I'm gonna do two more. Two more. All right, this one is from Paul Paul Gomez. Oh, this is Paulie G, maybe. Okay. Paulie G. Kind of hard to see from the photos. The before picture is a little bit bigger than the other two. I can't zoom this in any further, and I can't get a lot of detail here, but I could definitely see the front edge. Probably could have did the front edge a little bit. The blend looks all right. It doesn't look too bad. Client looks like he's pretty happy. I see him cheesing on himself, so if I had a little bit better pictures, I could probably do a better critique, but it would be hard to do from. Oh, you know what? This is the same. Wait a minute. This is the same porch. Look at this. I'm like a detective here. You see this? This is the same porch. And obviously he sent both from the same email, so I should have figured that out. But I actually thought I was doing somebody else's. But yeah, so that just shows you guys that I'm an armchair detective. I've been watching those unsolved mysteries on Netflix. So I'm just telling you guys, if you try to pull the wool over me, look out. All right, let's go to Geo. The last one, man. This is the last one. Oh, dip. Oh, dip. Still in barber school, too. Still in barber school. Used enhancements. I love it. I love using enhancements. I got nothing against it. I think it makes you I think it makes you stand out. It makes you work and learn and push you out of your comfort zone. And anything that does that makes me want to go to work. And you get great pictures like this when you're still in barber school. Let me ask you guys this. Do you guys think that this is great, man? I love these haircuts. I think this is really, really cool. Maybe the guy didn't want to put the line in or something on the side. That's my only semi complaint would be it'd be kind of cool if you put the line in and finished it out. But let me ask you guys this. Do you think that the top 5 barbers in our industry, do you think that they would have been as popular had they not used enhancements? Because I feel like the answer is no. I feel like enhancing your haircuts and really just trying to get the absolute best picture you can and the most flow you can off the internet. I feel like you should do it. You should do everything you can. No, I didn't go to the post office, Steve. I normally the mail would come to my shop and I would have gotten it. So I went to my box and I didn't see anything yet. I don't know if it said if it was delivered or not. But again, I can check again tomorrow. Well, tomorrow's Sunday, so it probably won't come Sunday, but I'll check again Monday. We didn't have anything today though. So when you get right down to it, I don't think that these guys would have went. And are they talented barbers? Absolutely. I mean, just because a person uses enhancement does not make them an untalented barber or anything like that. I'm just saying that that helped give them the edge. That helped push them a little bit further. And if you guys want to give this a try, it could definitely probably push you a little bit further too. Definitely. All right, I know I said I wasn't going to do this, but this is Timo Schmidt. And because I have a client named Timo and I just love him, I'm doing it. I'm doing it, Timo. So it looks like this was done in an office building or something. I'm looking at this office chair. I'm using context clues because I'm like a detective now because I've been watching Unsolved Mysteries. All right, so that's obviously the before and the after. Let's see here. Good, smooth blend, man. I think this is a good, smooth cut. If I was going to complain about anything, I would just say blend his beard in a little bit more. You're clearly capable of it. It's a good cut. Blend his beard in. And if I was going, maybe the client wanted his hair like this or whatever. I don't know. But he's got really nice hair. Let's go back to the before picture. I would probably try to talk this client into like a mid-fade, keeping some of that hair on top and keeping the messy comb over look. I just think it would look good because if you look at his side profile, this dude's got a schnoz on him. you know. And when we cut all his hair off, the nose becomes more prominent because the facial features are being emphasized with the shorter haircut. Now, this would be a good time for you to explain to your client, hey, you know, your profile would look a little bit nicer if you kept a little bit of that volume on top and you kept a little bit of that weight in the front. Anybody feel me? You guys think I'm right? You think I'm wrong? Obviously, it's subjective, but I just feel like it would help minimize it a little bit. Keeping the beard. I think that would help make this client look a little bit better. All right. Yeah. I see what you're saying, Steve. You should have something. It was sent directly from the manufacturer, so you should definitely have something coming pretty soon. I don't know how long it's gonna take. I could actually reach out and figure that out for you. All right. So yeah, does anybody agree or disagree with my assumption? I feel like he could tell his client to keep just a little bit longer hair on top. You know. So, anyways, yeah. So let's wrap this up, man. Anybody got any final questions? And other than that, man, I'm just gonna let you guys know that I plan on this week. I'm gonna put together the best thoughts I can, the best knowledge I can to try to give you everything I can over this live feed about clipper over comb. It was actually a pretty fun class tonight to just be able to go off into different directions, and I love doing this. I like being able to think on the fly and just answer questions for you guys and give you guys what you need. And next week we go back to the structure and we'll go back to clipper over comb. I'm going to try to just really do the best clipper over comb class I've ever taught, and I'm going to use snippets from some of my old videos and stuff like that. So I really hope that you guys can keep it locked here and check it out. And maybe we'll keep the 5 o'clock thing. Just check your notifications. Obviously, most of you guys have the bell already hit, so you'll know what's up. But check your notifications. I think I'm going to go and do this around 5 o'clock for a little while. We'll see how the time affects it, because I think that a lot of people are starting to go out and party and do things on Saturday night, and I was kind of like conflicting with that, and I kind of like the idea of being done by 6, and you guys can just have some fun, hang out with me for a little bit, and go. So, Isabella, she agreed with me. Thank you. I was waiting for somebody to agree with me. Yeah, he would have looked better. Yeah, I agree. But hey, when you get right down to it, the cut that you put on the guy was solid. And Timo, keep grinding, man. You obviously know how to blend pretty well. You know how to blend from a 2 to skin. So maybe on the sides you leave a little bit lower and give that a try next time. But other than that, you guys, that's all I got. I'm kind of beat. I've been cutting hair since 5 in the morning. I did just cut hair since 5 in the morning. Got home, did this class. Bada bing, bada boom, we out. But before I go, man, if you guys could hit that thumbs up on the way out, and on the way out, just hit a little thumbs up. And next week, I know I haven't done a giveaway in a while. Next week, we're gonna put one of the gammas on the chopping block. I'm gonna give it away. I don't know what we're gonna do, but just follow. Make sure you're following Gamma on their IG. So if you go to Gamma, follow them on their IG, and I'll be probably, it's 6 o'clock here right now. If you guys follow Gamma on their IG, please do. I'm gonna do a giveaway. I'm gonna get you guys like a brand new, or even maybe one of the other gammas I have. I'm gonna try to give you guys a gamma next week. So that's what it'll be on the chopping block at the end of the clipper over comb lesson. I feel like we'll get a lot of people in that video or in that class. There's always a lot of people who struggle with this. It's a difficult topic to teach, and I'm just gonna film and do what I can and try to come up with the best explanation I can for learning this. So hopefully this will be the last video you need before you feel the confidence and you go on to doing it. And believe me, you guys are going to love this ergo. You're going to love this ergo. Oh, Dark just asked, do you recommend the ergo for only one clipper? It can definitely do it. It can definitely do it. Yeah, Manny, I reached out to him today. Manny the bathroom barber. Listen, man, I reached out to your boy today. I should have gave him more notice. I really should have. He's probably working or something. I literally reached out to him at like 2, and I was like, hey, do you want to go live at 5? I never heard back, but if I hear back, I would love to have the the mobile guy on the channel, the mobile barbershop. But if I hear back from the guy, probably not next week because I want to do clipper over comb, but it will be the following week. So I'll try to arrange that. If you want to hit him up and let him know, that'd be great. And if not, we will have a guest the following week. Next week, I want to get back to the class structure and just do the best that I can to help you guys learn the clipper over comb. And yes, I will be giving away a Gamma Ergo next week out of my own personal collection, or maybe I'll be able to talk to Gamma and talk them into shipping you guys out one right from the press. But hey, if you get it from me, I'm gonna make sure it's got a brand new blade on it and it's gonna be working perfect. So until next week, this is the YouTube Barber Academy. I am Mr. Eddie Barber. Hit a little thumbs up on the way out. I appreciate you all. I love you all, and thank you all for the support. It has been a real grind getting this thing up to 75,000 subscribers. I've had little to no help other than the support from you guys, and none of it would be possible without that. So with that being said, I love you all. Thank you all for your support once again, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace.